Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Real Talk with Ejay. I am your host, Ejay. We are back with a sharp dose of motivation, served with truth, with a sprinkle of pure vibes. How are you guys doing? For those of you that are tuning in from Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Acast, Deezer, tune in. It is such a pleasure having you always. And for my guys tuning in from YouTube, hi guys, how are you guys doing? Welcome back. Please don't forget to hit the subscription button and then touch that notification bell so that you can get updates on all our new episodes. All right, so you guys know our tradition here. We always start the show with our quote for the day. So today's quote is pretty simple and it's just straight to the point. Today's quote is, mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. Minding the business that pays you is and should be the ultimate goal. It is so easy for us to get distracted by things that we forget that there are things that are put in front of us that we're supposed to accomplish, but we spend so much time doing everything else but that thing, getting so distracted by activities around you. If you just mind your gate, mind what it is that you've been assigned to do and just focus on doing that, I think your life will be a hell lot better. So today's quote, mind your business. All right, we're going to go on a quick break. When we come back, we're going to introduce the show and our guest for today, so stick around. All right, guys, welcome back to Real Talk with Ejay. Okay, so today's topic is something that I have always wanted to talk about and something that affects us in more ways than one, but I think we fail to recognize or realize it. So today's topic is the power of the tongue. The power of the tongue. And I couldn't find any other person in the entire world that will come help me unpack this topic than my personal godfather, my friend, my mentor, Pastor Segun Phillips. Is a powerhouse. It's one man that is so humble, but his wealth of wisdom is immeasurable. He's a philanthropist. He's a pastor. He's a man of God. He's a writer. He's a poet. He's in construction. He's an engineer. He's an artist. He does so many things. But I think I'm gonna let him even tell us more about who he is. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome my own personal daddy. I call him PS. Pastor Segun Phillips. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you for coming. Do you know how long I've been trying? We've been trying to do this for a while. We've talked about this. Yes. How are you doing? So, okay. How do you, because I've always known you to be a multifaceted, talented person. So how do you walk around with this box of talent and wisdom every single day?
Well, to start with, naturally, everything hinges upon grace.
Yeah.
So it has to be grace. And the word of God tells us, no man ascribed this honor to himself. And that what have you that you have not gotten? And since you've gotten it, so why do you want to glory as if you have not gotten it?
Exactly.
So I first and foremost realized that it is grace at work.
Wow.
To help me go around all these things.
Wow.
Like I had to dash from somewhere now and it just took some few minutes permission to come here.
Yeah.
So I was in the middle of this appointment. And another thing again is, one, I have a strong point that really helps me, and that is timing.
Yeah.
I am a superlatively conscious time person.
Yeah.
I don't like
I know that.
a time stickler. I don't play with time.
Yeah.
So I had to shut down there. So I had to meet up with this time. I rather wait for 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours for the program than to get here a second late.
Oh, wow.
So that's
yeah, I've always known you to be that person, so disciplined and so straight to the point. Yeah. So, in line with our topic for today, let's just delve deep in. Okay. So how has spoken word affected you, knowingly or unknowingly, in your journey through life and in your journey with God?
Okay, personally speaking, maybe should I say from personal experience?
Yeah.
Okay, for personal experience, I noticed over the time now, thank God I'm still getting younger.
Yeah.
That was
Forever 21.
Yeah, so over time, I just realized that there are some things I have said in the past that have come to pass,
Yeah.
or I'm just going through them now,
Yeah.
courtesy of my speaking them in the past. So it's now really saying that we really need to be very conscious of the things we say.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, we never saw those things as anything, because
Yeah.
those used to be, like you were saying, mind your own business. Some of us, we don't mind our business.
Yeah.
We just delve into other people's business, and at the end of the day, it becomes your own business.
Yeah.
And now you're taking upon yourself your business.
Something that you didn't plan for.
You didn't plan for. Then at the end of the day, you now find out that you start bearing the consequences of someone else's problem, which is not supposed to be yours. So I saw that one need to be very cautious, and we really need to do a lot of talkings,
Yeah.
trainings, and teachings to maybe the upcoming generation these days, so that they will mind the things they say.
Yeah.
But I just noticed many people say so many things.
Yeah.
So
Because it's cool, or because that's what people are saying
The
now,
fad.
and they fail to understand that those things, no matter how little
No
they
matter how
are,
little.
you are planting a seed. I feel like every word is a seed. Even like the world was created like
By
from
the
a,
word.
from, by the
By
word.
the
So
word.
God said, and it became.
Yeah.
And so if God can say and it becomes, that means the word says He has given us the power.
power.
So we have that power as well to say things into the world. Bible says, like, it says to the mountain, move, and it will move. So if you can tell the mountains to move, that means everything around your life, the only reason why they are moving or not moving is because you've said or you haven't said something.
Yeah, let me share more light about that. You are just trying to touch my area.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll go to my area now. Why those things work, why words move, or why word goes into action is because essentially we are created spirit beings.
Yeah.
We are spirit beings to start with.
Yeah.
We are not what you see.
Yeah.
This is just a casing covering my body,
Yeah.
or which is called the body rather. So it's just a casing. So I am a spirit in the first place.
Yeah.
Like Jesus Christ even had to confirm that in book of Luke chapter 9 verse 55. He says that for you don't know what manner of spirits ye are. Now, First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 23 talking about, and I pray the Lord that all the whole of your spirit, he said by saying the spirit, he didn't say your body, he didn't say your soul, he said your spirit,
Spirit first.
the soul, and now the body. Now, every man is composed of those three items.
Yeah.
We are composed of first the spirit,
Yeah.
now the soul, and the body. Both the spirit and the soul are enclosed in the body. Now, the spirit itself is composed of three items as well. Now, the spirit itself is composed of what we call the communion, which is the fellowship. That's what we use in relating with God.
Okay.
Now, we have the intuition. The
What we can
intuition.
sense.
Just saying, and you know something without thinking that. But I just feel like, but no, that's your intuition
That's
at work.
intuition,
In the spirit. Then now we now have the conscience, which some other school of thought call it, they call it the police.
Yeah.
Of the
Your
spirit.
judge and your jury, yeah.
That's it. So that's what pricks us when we are going off course, or maybe we are staying on track. It tells us we are doing the right thing or the wrong thing. So it's actually the spirit now, because we are spirit, and God himself, Luke chapter 4, verse 24, God is a spirit.
Yeah.
And who must worship God must worship him in spirit and in truth. So it is now spirit to spirit.
Yeah.
And since God is a spirit, and we are also spirit being.
Yes.
He also told us in Psalm 82 verse 6 that ye are God. So we are also spirit being.
Yeah.
And now since we are spirit being, everything has to be spirit to spirit connection.
Yeah.
That's why God spoke, it came to pass in Genesis 1:3. He said, as he said it came to pass.
Yeah.
Now from nothing.
Yeah.
From nothing. Romans chapter 4 verse 17. From nothing. He calls those things that be not as though they are. So they came to being from nothing.
Yeah.
Now we ourselves, because we are also spirit, we call those things
that are not
from the realm of nothing to the realm of something, which is the physical now.
Yeah.
So that's why we have the capacity, like you quoted rightly, that he has given us the power also to say all those things, because we are also God.
So exactly. So because since he can do it, that means we can also do it.
He has given us the
power.
But
when do we lose it? Because it seems like we forget that we have that power. So we live like we live carelessly. Yeah, we live careless. We say things careless. We don't know that every single word, even if it's a joke. Because I always say the spirit doesn't understand It's a joke, or you want a
that's
joke.
in Ecclesiastes chapter 5. Actually, what you're saying is in Ecclesiastes chapter 5, from verse 2 down to 6.
Yeah.
From verse 2 down to 6. That's what it says there. It says, say ye not before an angel, it was an error.
Ooh.
Because angels don't understand.
They don't understand. Like, I was just playing. Exactly.
They don't understand come.
Yeah. Yeah.
When by the time you give them the command to move, they move.
Yeah.
And when they start moving, they don't look back.
Yeah.
That's why one angel in the book of Isaiah, I think chapter 37 or so, could destroy or kill, rather, 185,000 people. One angel, one night. It didn't take him 1 year, just one night. Less than maybe, who knows, maybe just 1 minute.
Yeah.
One angel did that. Because they don't understand. So but these days, I think, just like you said, I think where we lost it is actually from we want to belong, want to feel like peer pressure. Yeah. We want to copy what they say.
What they said before.
I correct people a lot when it comes to like statements.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a natural thing. Before I just hear people make some statement, I just quickly try to correct them subconsciously without knowing myself. I think it's just a thing in me. For some people calling their children kids, I said, you don't call your child a kid. Are you a goat? You know, because the Americans call their children kids, they also call your children kids. Yeah. I'm not a goat for Christ's sake. So I can't call my children kids. So when some people ask me, don't ask me how's your kid, I say, oh, my children are doing fine. I will not tell you, so I will not, so as not to embarrass you by saying, no, they're not kids. I will just say, oh, my children are doing fine. Okay, have you come back? I mean, I would say, I have returned. I avoid
like choice of words.
I avoid as much as I can negative words. You say, come down here. No, don't come down. Come up here. Why should I? I'm going down there. No, I'm not going down there. I'm going up there.
But one would accuse you of being too. There was a call extra. Like you're doing too much. Like don't you get tired? I mean, it's just
Okay, it's a training. It's a training. Like I said, over the years, it's personal developmental training. Yeah. It doesn't just come like that. I keep on reminding myself consciously. Yeah. Not a thing where I say and maybe forget. No, I consciously remind myself of my statements. And of course, words are first and foremost formed within before they come out. And like I said, I will try to say that again before I forget. Words are spirit. Yes. That's where I was going. Yes. Because as I'm speaking with you now, you're speaking with me. Yeah.
Like the spirit, there's something spiritual happening.
And you can hear, but you cannot see. Yeah. That's what John chapter 3 verse 8 says. Yeah. It says the wind blow where it listed. Yeah. Thou can hear the sound thereof, but thou canst tell where it's coming and whither it goeth. King James Version. Yeah. It says, so is everyone that is born of the Spirit. So that's how words are. Words are spirit. So you can only hear, but you cannot see, you cannot touch. Yeah. That's how words are.
You can only hear and eventually experience
it. Yeah. Because it's a spirit. And every word, like you said, every word
is a seed.
It's a seed that once it's planted, one day, it may not be now, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20 years after now, or 30, it will definitely germinate.
You will see a lot of motivational speakers will tell you, even preachers will tell you, the life I'm living now, I spoke it into existence. I kept saying that I was going to get this. I didn't know how I was going to get it, but I knew that one day I would. And I'm a living testimony of that. And I believe that once words drop, it automatically goes before you and starts to build that foundation so that by the time you get to that junction, you meet your mansion waiting for you. So I so sorry, you were about to say something.
No, don't run.
So by the time you get to that junction, it is waiting for you. So you now see yourself a living manifestation of the words that you've proclaimed. So, and I also believe that it starts from what you call yourself. The names you give our kids. Good. Because a lot of us are answering names that we don't even know the meaning of. So you spend days calling yourself something that is actually detrimental to your destiny, to where you are going.
I like this part again. You see, talking about names, like I told us, I said, okay, names are words and words are spirits. Yeah. Names. That's why God had to tell Adam when he created the world in Genesis chapter 2. Verse 19, he brought all the animals he has created, the birds and the animals, and he brought them to Adam to see what he would call them. Call there actually means name, what he will name them. And the last part of that scripture says, and whatsoever name Adam named them or called them, that was the name thereof. They never needed any review till today. Every name he called them then, those are still their names. Yeah. Donkey,
cow,
like that.
goats.
Those are still their names. This one is tilapia fish. This one is tail. This one is eagle. This one is vulture.
Yeah.
That is still, they never needed any review.
Yeah.
Up to date. So we need to be very careful. And like you said, when you say a thing, it goes in the future to wait for us.
Yeah.
That's why at times you find that there are things happening to us. You just like, I never pray about this.
Yeah.
I never pray about it.
But at some point in your life, you spoke it.
You never know.
You didn't know. Yeah.
You never know because it was a subconscious thing.
Yeah.
So you just spoke it, you said it, and you left it it in the front waiting for you to come.
Yeah.
And definitely one day at the appointed, another thing about words thank you.
Yeah.
Another thing about words are appointed time.
Yes. It's like a seed. Once you plant it, there's a time where it is going to harvest. It's time for it to come and like harvest your
Two of those scriptures there, it said, seed, time, and harvest shall not cease. And being not deceived, Galatians 6:7, whatsoever a man soweth, that he shall. So whatever a man sows, you sow goodness, you reap goodness. You sow hatred, you have plenty of them. Yeah. You sow money, you get money. You speak good words to people, you get good words back. So everything is, like you said, a seed. And once it is sowed, you harvest it at the appointed time. You say, until the time of that his word came. Talking about Psalm 105 verse 19. Talking about Joseph when he was incarcerated by his master, then Potiphar. He said, until the time that his word came, the word of God now tried him. But Joseph was trying to help God. Yeah. He was trying to help God.
Yeah, he was.
That was in Genesis chapter 40. After he interpreted the dreams to those, the butler and the baker. He interpreted the dream to them. And he told this one, you baker, in 3 days time, the king will send for you and he will hand you and kill you. But you butler, the king will send for you also and he will release you. But please, when you get there, don't forget about me. Trying to help God before his time. Thinking it's that way.
It's that way.
But his time had not come. The last verse in that chapter 40 says that, but the butler forgot him. As he should. Forgot him. Yeah, why? Because it wasn't the time. Yeah. Now, the next chapter, which is chapter 41, verse 1, immediately now said that at the end of 2 full years, so he had to wait for another 2 full years in the prison. Yeah. Before his time at the appointed time, and God is the God of numbers. I love God for this. God is the God of numbers. God plays with numbers a lot. Yeah. You see, then you don't ascend a positional level until you are 30.
Explain that.
You don't get to that. You see, if you check the book of Numbers chapter 4 from verse 23, like that, you see so many places there that before you become a Levite or a priest, you must be 30 years old. That was why Jesus Christ himself could not become what he was until he got to 30.
Oh, that's when he started his ministry.
Check that, you see that, Matthew chapter 3.
Wow.
And Luke chapter 3 verse 23, you see that.
Wow.
And David could not become a king until he was 30.
Even though he was anointed to be king. He was
anointed at 17. David was anointed 3 times.
He didn't assume that position
until he was 30. So Joseph, there was no way, according to God's standard, principle, and his timing, for each person to ascend the position of leadership until he was 30. Little wonder these days, I'm not surprised. That's why we have what we call the regents. Regents until they get to a certain age. That's when they say, okay, now you're not fully due to become the king. They're not crowned you king. So God is the God of timing. So when you say something, you speak something, it goes to the front to wait. That's why we need to be very careful, like you said. Proverbs 18 verse 21 says that death and life are in the power of the tongue.
So you can kill and you can bring to life by just speaking it. So because I always tell people when they are going through something, like don't speak the things that you see. Speak the things that you want to experience. Because it's like having a free pass to go shop for whatever you want in the future. So like you just pick it, like I want this, I want this, I want this. And then every day you call yourself those things that you want to become. Because I started this thing last year. I had a life coach that came into my life and taught me this. She said, write down every single thing that you want to be known for. Both the ones that you currently possess and the one you wish you possess. Every morning go to the mirror and just call yourself that I am this, I am that. And you eventually find out that even the ones that you don't feel comfortable, the more you say it, the more you start to feel comfortable in that word. And somewhere, somehow, you start to see yourself manifesting those things. I am patient. After like 3 months of calling yourself patient, you will not realize when an impatient situation comes up and you that would flare up for some weird reason, you are just calm. And you look and say, wait, when did I normally I'll flip, but wow, because why you've been saying, you've been calling yourself certain things that you want to manifest. So you start to live in that thing. I always say it's about mindful living and living intentionally.
Yes.
I always tell people, I kind of like, I had this revelation like 2 years ago. The power of when somebody blesses you. I feel like it adds minutes to your life. It adds maybe another hour or another day. So I would rather do something that will make you tell me God bless you. Because that is something like that's, I just added another 5 minutes into whatever time. So I feel like I use that to collect my own personal time coin by doing something or saying things, because you don't know what telling somebody else God bless you, what that is also adding to their life. Oh, you are amazing. Oh, you are good. Oh, you are kind. Even though they are not those things. It's so easy for us to see someone that is impatient. You're so impatient. Oh, you are such an angry person. Why you are reinforcing that thing into their lives. My biggest issue for us as Nigerians, as a country, is that we are so quick to call the country what it is that we see. Oh, this country is so bad. Yes, the reason why the country is bad, because you are saying that it's bad. The moment you stop calling it bad, just maybe it will obey you. The world is wired to obey us, because that's how God programmed it.
And do you even know something? Talking about calling Nigeria what you want it to be. Was it Abraham Lincoln or John F. Kennedy that said, do not say what will America do for you, but what will you do for America? It's the same thing. You see, this change of a thing we are talking about begins with us. The individual. Many of us are so much so, God have mercy upon us. And yet, they correct the next man, they judge the next person, they find faults with that next person. But meanwhile, they themselves are equally at fault. They may not want to do that particular thing, because one thing about human beings is we only see what other people are doing that is wrong. We don't see what we are doing that is wrong. Because we all have different things that are wrong. But the one you are doing, you may not know that you are doing the wrong thing. Like that times, I know my wife corrects me a lot when it comes to some things like, at times when I'll just maybe a little meat got stuck in between my teeth. I'll just use using a toothpick or I try to move it. She hates that thing, and she hates it. But I keep on forgetting. She said, "You have done it again," and it irritates her. It irritates her. But actually, she also has some other things that she does, which I don't like. So it's natural. She will see mine that I'm doing that is wrong, but she's not saying hers that which is wrong. She's not saying them. So that's the thing. But if we start this change, if we begin with ourselves and consciously begin with sub first, which is the inner, then to the conscious, which is the outer, you find that we start changing. And when I start changing, I don't do the wrong thing. You start changing. From there, it becomes, it goes it's that so way. Smooth, it becomes a ripple and like that. And everybody, and then the whole country will now change. Because like you said, the country answers to us. We are the ones that have the control over the country. And not the country have the control over us.
No, we don't. So we I think we misplace our positioning. Like you rightly said. We are the ones above. We're the ones that have the power. We're the ones that have the capacity. The country is at our mercy. So it is what you do for it that it will become. If it's what you say to it. So the country that you abuse so much, what are you doing to make it better? As low as what are you even saying about it?
Are you praying?
Are you praying
for
the country?
Just, it's also in the Bible, Psalm 122 verse 6, say, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Have you ever prayed for the peace of Nigeria? Have you ever said anything about Nigeria that is good? No. Someone have done that. It's not my business. They are the one who is the they and who is the us.
Us, exactly.
Them and us. There's no them, there's no us. As long as you are in this country, this place belongs to you. There's this mentality I carry right from a very young age. I remember this music then. Wherever I lay my head, that's my home. I've forgotten the place, but that's the like remember I spoke. Whom was I speaking with? Talking about going to the moon. Just some people I took. anywhere you lay your head, for that moment, that's your
home.
You
so make the best of it at that
place. Pray for that place. Do the best things for that place. Invest in that place. Do everything you can for that place, and see how that place will be a blessing unto you.
Yeah.
But by the time you start discriminating the place, cursing it and abusing it, there's no way that place can
going to grow.
Give for you.
Yeah.
He said even kings are served from the earth.
Yeah.
So wherever you are is your own earth. So if you are prophesying negatively or praying negatively or saying negative things to that particular land where you are, it will not yield the best for you.
Yes.
No
because you're the one occupying it. So how are you plowing
the ground? Proverbs 6 verse 2 and 3. Proverbs 6 verse 2 and 3. It says, thou art snared. That is, you are trapped by the words of thy mouth. He said, thou also taken by the words of thy mouth, which is what you are saying, that the power of the tongue. Then verse 3 and I say, my son, do so now and deliver thyself. So
you can use your own mouth to deliver yourself from,
I rewind, I unwind, I remove,
I take back,
renounce, I take back,
I claim this, I own this,
You start from where and start making the amendment and correction again from beginning.
Living mindfully, living intentionally, minding what you say at every single moment in time. No matter how minute the situation is, be very careful of the words that pop out of your mouth, because once it drops, it's like water on sand.
Oh yeah.
Once it drops, that's drops. and the earth will just
leave an indelible mark there.
Exactly. And it's just the earth will soak it up immediately and then
scoop it back again.
Pastor Segun, it is always, we have to do a part 2 of this, because I feel like I just crashed the tip of the iceberg, and I definitely have to have you to come back, because there's so much we need to dig into. So guys, this is Pastor Segun. Thank you, Pastor. But before we go, leave something for somebody. Leave a word.
Okay.
A word.
It's not a word. I'll leave some words, please. Proverbs 24 verse 9 says that the thoughts of foolishness is sin. Thoughts. Psychologically speaking, I learned each day there are over 10,000 thoughts that crosses the mind of a man. 10,000. Yeah. So we need to be very conscious of the words we speak.
Yeah.
Since there are over 10,000 per day. So we need to be very conscious not to say, like we said, negative things, foolish things. At the end of the day, now become a sin.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, forgive me. God does not understand. Once it's sin, it's sin.
Yeah.
To him, it's sin.
Yeah.
And he will take you, or take it against the person.
Yeah.
So we should be very mindful of what we say.
Yeah.
Irrespective of
how small or how much of a joke you think it is.
We have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And before we go, I just want to give a little tip on how to be mindful. Try and eat mindfully today. Pay attention to what you are eating. Don't just take the food and go sit in front of the TV and just eat. Like take in the spice. Be conscious of the food. How does this food make you feel? That's living mindfully. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Real Talk with Ejay. I am your host, Ejay, and I'll see you guys next time.